I put this t-shirt together for Dallas Pride, and I wanted to show how if the political parties in this country would all use the one word that's the glue to the Constitution, I believe, is equality, then no matter what our issues were, that as long as we use equality, that all of the puzzles and the pieces would fit together in American politics. And it seems as if this word has just been completely thrown out, and it has a lot to do with the small faction that's in the Republican Party, which is the Tea Party. You know, I believe the Republican Party can do better. I really do believe they can do better. But for the news shows that show that the Democrats have like causes, or they never show the equilibrium between, you know, who is really at blame, who's really at fault. The Republican Party is at fault. They have causes. They got problems in their party that they need to fix. In the meantime, let's pay the country's bills. And that's what the president has been saying for months now. He was saying this over and over again, and it seems like all of a sudden people are just starting to hear what he's saying. He's been saying this for a long time. And I believe that the president is right. He should not be negotiating the country's bills on a law that's been passed by the highest court in our land. It's law, guys. Okay? You're lost. You know, you don't go back and try to, you know, redo this thing and then say, okay, we're not going to do anything until the president, you know, goes along with us and defund Obamacare. By the way, it's called the Affordable Care Act. And what was astounding to me was to watch some of the news channels ask people what they thought about Obamacare and what they thought about the Affordable Care Act. And there were people who said, I don't care anything about the Obamacare, I don't want that to happen. And then they asked them about the Affordable Care Act, and it goes, oh, I like that program. I think we should do that. They're the same thing. The Affordable Care Act is the same thing as Obamacare. What has happened is the Republican Party has put so much negative press out there about Obamacare that now that people think that they're two different things. They're not. They are the same thing. Okay? And the fact that the Republicans cannot get over the fact that we have an African American as the president. And I'm going to say it. I know most people don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. We have an African American as the president, and it's never happened before. And he won twice. The people chose him twice. Okay? So, guys, get over it. Okay? Too bad you didn't get your way. Okay? The people of America voted to have President Obama reelected. Let's get on with the business of the country, okay? You guys are not just holding the office of the president hostage. You're holding the American people hostage by not doing what you were elected to do. And you know what? In most companies in America, if you don't do the job that you were hired to do, you get fired. You guys have done nothing. You guys have done nothing. In the last 4 to 6 years, you've done nothing but fought against whatever the president has tried to do in the good of the country. You guys have done nothing. And yet, honestly, you should be voted out or you should be fired. That's what really should be happening. And put people in office who are willing to work with both sides of the aisles, with all of the parties that are involved, and make sure that the American people voice is heard through your office. That is what this democracy is supposed to be about. I have never seen this in my entire life in the United States of America. If it had been Reagan in office, the Republicans would have done it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, it's a Republican bill if it had happened. But the thing is that this is for the good of the country. It's for good for the Republicans, it's for good for Democrats, it's for good for Tea Partiers, it's for good for Independents, it's for good liberals. This is a good thing for the country, and it's been passed into law. So let's move forward, pay the bills, Congress, as it says in the Constitution, in Section 8 of the Constitution, that we're supposed to pay our bills. That's the duty of the Congress, is pay bills. Okay? So you guys cannot hold what you did not get in a fair debate about the Affordable Care Act and then hold the office hostage because you want changes. This paying the bills and the Affordable Care Act are two different things. Okay? Let's pay our bills, and if you want to have some debate about the Affordable Care Act, let's have some debate about the Affordable Care Act. But until then, you guys are holding the country hostage.